Oh, this is so random. You know who I want to thank tonight? My pastor. Thank you, Pastor Lydia. I love you so much. And now, back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good? Miley, what's good?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up?
Welcome to a High Note podcast. I'm your boy, Devin, aka the mother, aka the kid, aka QM kid, aka the baddest beat.
Period.
That's on period.
And that's on period, honey. And I'm Eze. Also known as Eze. I have to work on my AK, also known as. Like, I need to be better at that. Like, I think I just gave a whole roll call. Like,
roll call. I literally did.
Okay, you could call me either drug, or like you could also call me Mr. Take Your Nigga. You could also call me Mr. Get to the bag first before you get to the hag, because girl, then it's over for you. So that's what it's gonna be.
Well, welcome to a High Note podcast, y'all. Hey. This is our very first episode. I'm so happy and nervous to be doing this. Definitely a long time coming.
When did we first think of this idea, though?
Wow. We thought of it, I think, back in like September, October. It was a couple months ago.
Yeah, because was it?
It was.
No, because I remember sitting on your couch specifically and having I'm talking about the idea. Yes, remember?
Oh wow. So this was like post-COVID. This was like pre-COVID.
This was pre-COVID. Yes. Wow.
So
remember, because we couldn't figure out. Yeah, and we couldn't figure out like what.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Period. So we did do that, and then we did talk about it, and then it was always just
That's the first step. That's the first step. We gotta talk about it.
We manifested it, and then all of a sudden we thought of an idea one day and a title, and it was like bop, 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 and we ran with it. But
and here the fuck we are.
Here the fuck we are, honey. Ready or not, here we come. You can't hide.
Here
I find you.
You can't hide.
But yeah, so we have literally been planning this show for months and months. And we're so excited to be here sharing it with you. Even though, we're, through, but
we're coming for y'all later.
Yeah, so
go ahead and
let's get into the first segment, which I like to call the roll up. So the roll up is basically, we talk all the time, just so y'all know. We actually are really good friends. We've known each other since college. So we really, really.
So how long has that been? Like,
oh wow,
4 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Like it, so it's been so great. And like, so we talk to each other all the time. Like, we're not like people who are like, oh, we talk like every 2, 3, 4 weeks. No, like we talk a lot. Like we talk a lot. So, this show is really just going to be a bunch of high conversation that y'all hear. But we want y'all to join in as well.
Yeah.
So the first one, though, is called the roll up, just to check in, where we want to let y'all know what's going on with us. If we have any little juicy, little thingies that to say in life or whatever, we can share. I know coming into this podcast, I want to be as open as possible with y'all, and just start a family.
Yes, and just like be able to like start a conversation. I feel like that needs to be had, just about everything that's going on in our society, but then also everything that's going on in our subconscious, because it's like that the two affect each other. And so this is a safe space for you.
Yes, definitely. Yes, for the safe space. So
Yeah.
but yeah, let's just get into the first segment, the roll up. So the check-in. So what have you been up to? What's been going on in life with you, Easy?
Oh, well, besides like my 15 mental breakdowns a day.
No.
Honestly, actually, I think he got me these, you know, I'm saying that whatever, you know what I'm saying, got me the sound bowls. So I feel like I've been just trying to incorporate that into my everyday like healing process. And I think like that's what I've been focusing on is my self-care process. Cause I mean the things can change, but I'm like, as long as I have like something I do every day that brings me back to my space, my headspace that's productive for me. I think that's what I'm mostly focusing on.
Nice.
What about you? How have you been? What's your focus?
You know, I've been doing a little this, little that, little this, little that.
A little this, a little that,
No,
you know.
I have been good. I've been doing I was actually in a dance video with some
Period.
dancers from high school when I was on the dance team.
Mm-hmm.
The girl Braxton actually that passed away a couple months ago.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, you know, she was on the team with us. She was a freshman when I was a junior. So yeah, junior. So we did a dance tribute video. So we actually just recorded it yesterday. So literally like this whole past week I've been like at a dance practice every night. Like it's been crazy.
I love that even through like everything that's going on, we still find ways to like have community.
Definitely. Like it was such a, like we literally were talking about like how just us doing the video was such a great experience with each other, and we were so happy to be doing it and all that. I mean, just because dance unites so many people. So to be joining together for someone who we all loved, you know, it's such a great experience. So I've been dealing with that, and you know, I had to cuss a bitch out, you know, through the process. You know, because
look me. I'm just like, let me move the mic so I can see who.
Okay, yeah, like, well, you know, long story short, you know, this girl, she was making our costumes. 3 weeks ago, she asked for our sizes. Everybody started sending her small, medium, large. And last Wednesday or whatever, mind you, we recorded yesterday on Sunday. So on Wednesday, she messages everyone and said, I need y'all's waist measurements. And actually, she didn't even say that. She said, I need your measurements now. Girl, who are you talking to?
Oh, like.
So I just messaged back in the group message and was like, don't you think these measurements should have been taken 3 weeks ago? And she got mad. And I had to go in on her. I had to tell her, you know, I called her a seamstress.
What?
And that's what she is, honey. She's a seamstress.
Oh.
What does she want to be called? A clothing designer? Like, you're a seamstress, so that's what you do. You seam clothes together, honey. Fashion designer is just, you know, a little fancy label put over top of seamstress.
Oh, she wanted the name.
I guess. But, you know, I had to let her know, like, she needs to respect somebody who paved the way for her to be on the team that she was on barely. Because she can't dance like me. So, you know, I was just like, you know. But, you know, we got into that. But then I talked to her and took the grown route. And I just was like, you know, I don't want to beef with you, yada, yada, yada. So we made up and, you know, hug, kisses, and da-da-da. So it's all good in the hood.
I'm glad.
But, you know, that was eventful. And
yeah, I mean, when people are like working together, especially when like somebody's like about to pass or something or has passed, like it's important to like not try and make it about you, even though it's hard.
Yeah, emotions were high and it was just a lot. I mean, I felt that she should have been more professional. And she, you know, felt that I embarrassed her, and I told her that wasn't what I meant to do. I did not mean to make it sound like I was coming at her and trying to embarrass her. But she took it that way and started coming at me like she said some grimy shit. I'll have to tell you some of the stuff off the air.
Yeah.
So, but it was just like, whoa, like she was hitting below the belt, like really below the belt. And you know, her ass was off in Turkey literally like a week and a half ago, and she didn't finish the costumes when she said she was going to because
Wait,
of that.
she was in Turkey? Like the country?
Yeah, down a panoramic.
I'm just like, oh, panoramic. What? Literally is
so
how
like
you are living.
I threw that in her face too. I was like, you know, I wasn't the one who was in Turkey, girl. Like you were the one who was there when you had an obligation that you volunteered to do. You know, she volunteered to make these uniforms. No one forced her to do it. So it was just crazy. But we got the uniforms the day of the shoot, which it was just weird, but they were nice. And the video turned out really good. So I can't wait to see it edited and all that. So, but other than that, you know, just been dancing and, you know, doing shit. You know, this morning I felt like
get into the bag.
Literally, this morning I felt like the devil was trying to play with me. He was just making shit go wrong. So I had to go back to bed and get back out the bed just to make sure, like, you know, the day was gonna go right. Like the devil was really trying to play with me, but yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh, I'm crying.
So yeah, another little cute tea thing.
Tell me more.
My plug, my plug is gay.
What?
My plug is gay and he's good, and you know I be trying it when I go see him. You know,
I be trying it.
He cute. He smells so good. He can dress. I be like, love it. So you know, I'm trying to get with the plug because you know I just want to be the trap queen.
Well, you know, I got to be a man.
Yeah, you got a man. I don't. Single.
I got to see me a little bit.
So all you people out there listening, I'm single and ready to mingle.
He's not ready to mingle until he gets his. It's like we need like the 3 mil point before we can.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I ain't ready to mingle because you can't really take all my time. I'm in my bag right now. 2021. I'm in my bag. Like. Even though it feel like 2020.5, but it's okay.
Bitch, how come I haven't heard that yet?
Yeah, honey, it is.
But honestly, like, no, because you know what? No. Because you know what? 2021. Okay, so 2020 was the year of perfect vision, right? Mm-hmm. The reason why it was so stressful is because sometimes, like, when you can't see, like, you fucking can't see. But when you can see, you're like, oh shit, damn. And it takes you a while to really swallow the pill of what you're actually seeing. I think that's what we were going through in 2020. It's like, it was a lot of like everything. Like we're realizing how like we're not working together as a community. Like we're just like, we're this great nation, blah, blah, blah. And it's like pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Social injustice. They were like, you know what I'm saying? Storming of like everything is going like anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I feel like 2020, which is giving us like the lead into now 2021, we're like, okay, you know, the pill, like it's like the pill is it's down, but it's like, you know, you're still tasting it. You're still tasting it.
That aftertaste is nasty.
You just better drink some water, girl, and move the fuck on. Because let me tell you, I'm not gonna have another 2020.
No facts, though.
Fuck no.
You know, but you know, they're trying to put out a vaccine, you know. Honey, it took you like 6-7 years to get a flu vaccine, and you're like trying to put a vaccine out for COVID in 7 months? Are you stupid?
It's so
after y'all's president said put bleach in y'all system, how about not?
Waits for Kamala Harris to get Joe Biden, sorry. Waits for Joe Biden.
When you're so much more excited about Kamala coming to office than Joe.
We did it, Joe.
You've already been there, Joe. Get the fuck out of here. You've already been in office before. You've already met the black girl.
We did it, Joe.
Oh my God. I'm weak. I'm weak. Well, okay, so let's just get a little back on track because you know we can go off. And so a part of the check-in, I want to do a little thing where each week me and Eze will both come with a high fact. So each week we'll come with one, but this week, because it's the first episode, we're going to give you 2 high facts each. So these can be high facts that literally high facts, like literally high facts, stuff about weed or, you know, weed and medicine, weed and dance, weed and sex. Hey, shit, as long as weed's in it, you know, just talk about it. Or it can be like a high thought, like something that you think about when you're high and you're like,
okay, I was like, I didn't go by that one.
No, yeah. Or it can be like, no, yeah. Or it can be like, you know, you can be like, oh my God, like I thought of that while I was high. I can't believe that. Like I never
I actually
thought of
did
that when
think
I
of
was
these while I
sober.
was high.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, wait.
As
Can
a,
oh shit.
do you want to
Okay,
go
yes,
first?
I'll go first.
You
I
want me
was
to go
about to, I
first?
feel like the
Yeah,
bitch
I was
that
gonna ask
the
you.
gun
I was
draw.
gonna ask you. I was gonna
Okay.
ask.
All
So what's
right.
your first high fact? Let's go back and forth. Let's do one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have two. So the first one is that for everyone that is vegan, or you know what I'm saying, mostly just for the bitches that are vegan. So I actually have a fact for you. Figs and dates. Let me tell you, you're not a vegan if you're eating figs and dates. Let me tell you why. Because figs actually have wasps inside of them.
What the fuck?
So it's like you're eating so it's like you're literally eating dead wasps when you eat figs. And
Like Big Newton?
dates. And you're not a vegan if you eat dates, because who the fuck eats dates? That's my who the fuck eats dates? Okay, so that's my first high fact. So I'm gonna pass it to you now.
Cute.
I
I
feel
have
bad for everyone
questions.
who
What the fuck? Like a fig Newton?
like a fig Newton? No, yeah, like I'm sorry, you bitches that I'm just kidding. I feel like the fig Newtons are probably processed. So I mean that's a whole different
We're gonna have the fig Newton high.
I know they're gonna be
after
trying to sue
you.
us like no shade, girl.
Bitch, you
Like
don't know what a fucking fig Newton
you're like the stocks on the fig Newton like that. Girl, I mean, I'm sorry. Like the vegan girls, they need to know. They need to know their shit because they're over there like, oh my god, like become vegan, eating their figs. I'm just like, wasps are just inside.
Wow.
Just...
Okay. Well, all right. So a high fact that I thought of is, well, I didn't think of it. I looked it up. Like a lot of these I'm gonna have to do. Humans can't breathe and swallow at the same time.
Oh shit. Not my dumbass just tried to
and I bet you everyone is doing it. Like
right.
Like choking, like literally choking because they're trying to swallow and breathe at the same time. So like literally when I read it, I did the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, you can. That's so crazy.
You really can't.
Like, oh my god, it was so crazy.
Oh my god. So
yeah. Yeah, go
what
ahead.
I was about to say is so inappropriate, so I'm just gonna
No, go ahead.
No. So I said,
all right. So now we're gonna pass it. Boop, boop, pass it back.
Boop, boop. Caught the.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the facts right now, because it's like what I'm about to say is gonna be triggering for a lot of people, and it's like when I say it, like I don't want you to be triggered. I want you to just like really just think further. They're just ready to hate me right now. Like
we can see who's gonna be the problematic one.
Right, me. I'm just like I'm like, now listen, this may or may not. Okay, so I was on the Pattern app the other day, and it's so funny because I had nothing to do. It was quarantine, so I'm just over here like, oh my god, like I wonder like what like my relationship with Janae Aiko would be. So I went to the Pattern app and I put it in like me and Janae Aiko, and it turns out we have an epic relationship. And I'm just like, oh my god, like so if we ever meet, like I don't know, like maybe we'll be great friends. So it just made me think like, oh my god, I wonder who else, like because they have like public figures on here. So I'm like, wow, like I wonder what Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I wonder what their friendship would be like, because I just feel like I'm just you said not that. I'm just interested. So I went and the Pattern app. Okay, so first First you got Fig Newtons, now we got the pattern.
Okay, honey, you're trying to get us some advertisement. Fig Newtons.
Okay, period. Like, what do you say?
Like,
No, but yeah, like, so actually, they would have an epic relationship. They would have the rarest kind of connection that humans can have. And isn't that crazy? Because it's like, in right now, in this lifetime, it seems like they're on the complete opposites. Like, Donald Trump's like, like, let's just say fuck this and let's just like say fuck it all. And then you have Kamala's like, okay, so there are idiots in this world.
And I was gonna say that, like, I mean, you have somebody who doesn't make any goddamn sense and who acts like a child, and then someone who actually knows what the fuck they're doing and talking about because she's been through the struggle, because her life is a constant struggle. So it's like, of course I could see them having a fire-ass relationship, but Donald Trump is going to have his feelings hurt and be butthurt and be a puss pop for a lot of the relationship, because Kamala would be like, what the fuck are you doing? And he would literally be like trying to explain himself, and she would be like, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so according to the pattern, their relationship would be life-changing.
Wow.
So apparently it says Kamala and Donald feed off of each other's energy in a very supportive way. This pattern between them is very progressive. Their destinies are aligned, and their friendship likely makes them both feel empowered, energized, and motivated. Which, I mean, I guess I could probably see that.
Sure, because Donald will just make Kamala be doing work all the time.
Yeah, she's like
he's just going to be causing shit that she has to clean up. Literally.
And then it goes on to literally say, for Kamala, Donald brings an influence. What? Like, I'm just like, how? Okay, an influence that is supportive of the person she's becoming. He amplifies what Kamala's meant to be learning about, and vice versa. They just get each other. There's a resonance and intuitive understanding between them.
Wow.
Being friends might make them both feel more confident. They have a very special and rare dynamic. Wow. Kamala is the kind of friend who boosts Donald's confidence and encourages him to be the best. So maybe they should be friends. I'm just like, maybe this is actually tea. Like, maybe this is like the next step. Like, after the transfer of power, like maybe it's like the next step is Kamala's like, okay, girl, like let's have tea and let's talk about where you went wrong.
Let's talk about where you went wrong. Let's have a kiki. Come on. Like, for real.
But it's like, this is like, I don't want people to think that I'm like bullshitting or making this up. Like, literally, like, you can go on the pattern app and put Kamala and Donald together. I want y'all to do that so y'all don't think that I'm just talking out of my ass. Like,
trying to really see it, y'all, because I'm over here like bullshit. Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, but hey, I mean, stranger things have happened. So, all right, well, the final high fact, I really couldn't decide because I saw both of these, but I guess I can use one next week. So, the one I'm going to use this week, I mean, I feel like I've heard this before and somebody thought of it, and now I just reread it and was like, oh my God. So, you can only see your face in photographs and in the mirror. Like, we can't see our face. Like, so, like, the reason I think I picked this one was because I'm just like don't laugh. The reason I picked this one was because, like, what if, like, the mirror and like our reflection and stuff is like deceiving us? What if we really don't look like this?
Okay, well, I think this is the perfect time to tell you that, I think I've been telling you all these years that I think you're a 10, but really, I think you're a 5. I'm just kidding. But it's like, I know that when I was like in my ugly stages, because girl, there were times where I questioned
everyone had an ugly phase,
and I was like, oh my God, like, wow, like I really thought it was shit. Like, I'm like, oh my God, like, oh
yeah, like
I kind of wish I could like post, like, show y'all a picture maybe on like the video preview. I can like pop it in there real quick. There's like one of these pictures where I'm like, I was like, okay, yeah, like I took a picture in the mirror and I edited blackness around me. I'm like, ooh, bitch. Ooh, grunge.
Okay, grunge, give it.
Giving darkness.
Okay.
At its finest. Okay.
Okay, darkness. All right. Well, that wraps up the first segment of the show. I hope y'all enjoyed everything. So if you have any high facts that you would like us to read, you can send them to our email. a.note.pod@gmail.com. So we look forward to hearing from you in the inbox.
So if you forget, just remember, period, a period, hi, period, no, period, pod.
Literally, like, period, literally. All right, so let's move on. Welcome back, everybody, to a High Note podcast.
Period.
All right. We're gonna get into our second segment of the show, and this is a segment I like to call the Hot Box. So in this segment, literally, we're gonna just be talking about everything, current events, sex, politics, drugs, alcohol. I mean, whatever, literally cars. I mean, if you want to talk about animals, we can talk about furniture. We can talk about makeup. We can.
I mean, if you don't talk about animals.
I mean, we can talk about anything. But this is the point of the show where we just will, catch people up, maybe inform them on some things that they don't know about.
Right.
I know listening to the podcast that I listen to, The Read and Horrible Decisions, actually, I don't know most of the stuff that I'm listening to. I'd be like, oh shit. So like, that's kind of like my news. So I'd be like, oh, okay. So maybe we'll give you some things that you haven't heard before, or something like that you can pass on and gossip to somebody else. And story times and stuff. I love a good story time. So if you have a great story time, easy, this is the time. We don't always have to have a good story, but if we do, it'd be so fun to share. Yeah. Even if there's like a previous one that we've heard before, but our listeners haven't. So
period.
We can relive some of the good memories, the good days. All right. So
oh my gosh, that should be like, okay, I'm having an epiphany. That should be like a totally different thing, like a high note, reminiscing. Like
that would be
like
cute.
a whole different segment where it's like
I know.
reminisce, because we have
I would love to add in segments of the show too. So
because we have so many memories and stuff. So I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, that we could basically do a whole like
yeah, that would be cute. Well, okay, so let's get into some little current events, y'all. So where do I want to start? Okay. I don't know if you've seen a picture. Well, I'm just gonna start off. Let's just start light.
We're gonna
all right, so the Shade Room posted a picture of India Love. I was gonna say India Ari, girl, the fans don't kill me. India Love. India Love.
India Love.
And she has this spiky mohawk. Like how the punk rock dudes used to like spike their hair and like wear it out to like a foot from their head. Like she has that. I mean, I don't really know how I feel about it.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about it. It the hair, like the spikes that they do.
I feel like I just have to go see.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see it.
Let me just look at it.
It's like so.
It's on
crazy.
The Shade Room.
Yes, and it's so crazy. And she just like, for me personally, sis, it's a no.
Okay, so
for me, it's a no, sis.
For me, it's like giving like Riri vibes, but it's like
very Rihanna.
But like the thing about Rihanna is like Rihanna can do anything.
She can, and I feel
Rihanna
like
can
she done something like this, or was that the band Two Knots one? Like when she.
Mm.
Either way, that bitch is flawless. And
that's what I'm thinking about band Two Knots.
Yeah, but still, like she did it. I really actually feel like there's a picture of Rihanna with spiky hair like this, not this long, but you know, it was still spiked. I don't know. I just India Love Girl. It's a no.
It's a no. Like we tried.
Yeah, like the comments are like wishy washy. I'm seeing a lot of.
What are they saying?
I'm seeing a lot of. It's giving me Cynthia from the Rugrats. Yeah, I'm seeing, it's giving me an Edward Scissorhands moment.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so some of these people, like, but they're, I'm seeing Cynthia and Edward Scissorhands at first. So girl, yes, that's what it's giving to me. And I don't like it.
The thing is like I love a good India love moment. It's just not this moment. Just not this one. Like I love a good her moment. Just maybe not. Just
I don't know.
It's okay.
So yeah. Do you have something
on this? I was like, actually, like this is like kind of like a good segue, just because it's like everyone's also talking about this. It's like, I don't even know I don't want to say her name wrong. Like Lori Harvey, is dating Michael B. Jordan now. So, insert applause.
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch, Lori? I mean, congrats, congrats. Like, yes, but you're a bitch. What the fuck, his fine ass?
Why do you say she's a bitch?
Girl, because you have his fine ass. Like, what?
I know he literally is. Okay, so
I know he be beating that back in.
Okay, so like at first, her first like thing was in 2018 with that Dutch football player, Memphis Depay. So that was like the first thing. Like they got engaged and they were like separated.
Girl, she been in and out of every girl. She been
and
in
then,
and out of relationships, honey.
And then after that, then she was with Justin Combs, which is Diddy's son.
My God, girl.
Yeah, so she's like bagging the ones that matter. She's like, you know what I'm saying? She's really getting where she needs to go. And the truth is, like, I mean, I can't be mad at a girl who is truly just dating bitches who are on her level. And it's just like, how can you be mad? But then she dated Trey Songz. I'm just like, okay, like I'm here for that. But then right after Trey Songz, it's like you went to Justin Combs' dad Diddy. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, so that's none of my business. Despite that everyone knew the fact that, you literally were just dating his son before. But that
I think I heard about that.
None of my business. So we live for that. And I'm just like, then it was Future, and then now it's Michael. And I'm just like, like
so
the thing that I must say is like I want to be her. Like Lori Harvey, if you ever hear this, like send me the manuscript. Like
I was literally about to say that. Lori Harvey needs to start a seminar for you bitches. How to bag niggas.
Not just niggas, but
not just niggas,
niggas.
Like the right niggas.
Right niggas. Because you never really hear until now, you never really heard anybody being like, Lori's such a hoe. Like I never really heard that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she's giving me very hoe vibes, honey. She's literally, and you're not. I mean, unless the reason why why you've been in so many relationships since 2018 is that you maybe don't put out. So maybe that's the reason. But I mean, me personally,
oh my gosh.
I would probably be having my back blown in by every single one of them.
It seems like you're actually here for the thoughtivities. Like that's what it seems like.
A little bit, but
Let me get the sage, girl.
I love that she is living her life and like she's really just like don't give a fuck and having fun. She's like nigga, just jumping from nigga to nigga to nigga. Like she's doing what niggas do to females. So it's like I can't be mad. Like she's just playing the game like they do.
And like maybe she's not even playing a game. Like maybe it's just like that's just how it happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like because I feel like when you date people who like have so much accessibility, it's like those relationships can go south very fast just because they have so much access and stuff. Especially if you both have access and like both are like lit and like everybody wants to be with you. Like if these people are not mentally like where they need to be, or even if situationally like it's just not working out, like I feel like that's a big part of it. And it's like even like just from my personal experience with like just like dating and like, you know, being out there like being crazy, you know, like
yeah. I mean, I'm living for her. Congrats.
You're living.
Round of applause, girl. Round of applause. Like, teach me. That's what I'm feeling, girl. I love it.
Living for that.
Well, okay. So, you know, in a little, you know, more stupider news, you know, because this country is shit. So, the Shade Room also posted that on an FBI bulletin that it warned citizens of armed protests being planned at all 50 state capitals during the inauguration week. So without getting too much into, you know, the trash that happened at the Capitol, which we will talk about in a little bit, I'm just like, what is the country coming to? What are we doing? This will be, you know, I mean, if it's true, it would be the second time in less than a year that all 50 states would have had protests and riots happening in them at one time. So I'm a little like nervous for the world, for the United States of America.
I think this time is very important for all of us to just remember like our center and grounding. And like I'm gonna be talking so much more about this on actually my new website, thenewsense.life, which will be period. But yeah, it's just like I feel like right now we need to be like focusing on what can we do as a community, because it's like people are going to do what they're going to do separately in their own thoughts, but it's like people that are connected and like what's happening in your immediate circle, because it's like that's really all that we can do, because I don't want to like take on the burden of someone else's decisions. But like I do want to protect myself from their actions, and I think that a good way to fight ignorance is peace, and like almost like ignoring it, like acting like it doesn't exist. Like I literally want them to feel like they're literally like, this is sad, but like in a world alone, like, and then like when they're ready, they can to be normal, they can come back, because it's just like I feel like we just have had so much hate and so much separation, so much division, and then on top of that, now we have like quarantine and just new ways of thinking, new ways of being, and new ways of living every day. And it's like in the midst of that change, I feel like it's so important for all of us to just stay focused on what's actually important, which is like love, and like reminding ourselves that, you know, life is ever changing. And there was a time where bitches went outside and they literally like fucking hunted for their shit and fucking made fires and shit and fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like people lived that way. Like, and it seems like so crazy because we're like in the age of technology. So it's like most of us like don't even know how to do that. Like my favorite question to ask some people is like, do you know how to start a fire? Because bitch, I don't. Like, because it's like without a lighter, like how the fuck am I gonna do that? And then I think of that, like, how would I eat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're smart in so many other ways, but not in other things. And I think that this time is bring awareness to that shadow.
Yeah. Well, I just want, you know, everyone out there, by the time you hear this, there may be some more information about everything going on, but just be safe. This is not a time to play and be thinking, just taking life for granted. Yes, we're in the middle of a panoramic, and yes, we do need to like stay inside, or if not stay inside, encourage everyone to wear their mask and wash their hands and bleach and pine sol and ammonia, which some of you bitches should have been doing that in the first place. Like my mother, honey, been using ammonia and bleach since I was born, honey. But I know some of you thought it was a new invention that was just invented 2019, but it wasn't. It's been around for a very, very long time. But I just want everyone to be safe, especially, with the virus and this new strand of the virus coming out, on top of everyone
now
trying to
like the new iPhone.
But also, now everyone wants to have a voice and fight for the country. We won, we're good. We won. So everyone should just sit back and let the baby be a bitch baby and have his fit. He kind of reminds me of like the Grinch, but orange.
Ew, like a Teletubby or something like.
But uglier, and with a toupee.
A fucking toupee.
Yeah, uglier and
can
with the
somebody
toupee.
Wait, can somebody create that? Like,
I would love it if you want to like create it and like send it to us. I'll post it on our Instagram page. I love that. Yeah. So I mean, that's just what I think of him, and I just want everyone to know like he's going to be out of office next week, and he'll be behind bars the following week, hopefully. Yeah. So,
or at least just out of everybody's space.
Yeah. So, you had said ignorance, something about ignorance in your last thought. And speaking of ignorance, Boosie Badass, as we all know, he was, a couple months ago, he was banned off Instagram because he asked people to put their pussy lips on live.
Pussy lips on live.
Okay, there you go. So, the Shade Room is just, keeps putting videos of Boosie, out there and stuff. So it's so funny because this video that was posted, like 4 hours ago has Boosie, he's driving in the car. You can tell he's on the highway. You can tell that he's clearly intoxicated or tripping off of that coke or whatever the fuck he does. Maybe a sugar high from his cereal breakfast in the morning that he loves. I don't know. But this nigga literally is proving to Instagram and them why he doesn't deserve to have one. Because he's literally in the car jamming and he has a whole fat ass blunt just waving in the picture, in the camera, and he doesn't care. He's just freely like, da, 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 da. We all know that you can't do that on these social media platforms, honey. And he's just waving it around. But he is jamming. You can tell Boosie is enjoying life.
Yeah, I know nothing about Boosie. I'm just like, I don't.
I mean,
I just know the pussy lips.
That's for the ratchet. yeah. Then and that's pretty much where the story should end. Okay, so in other words,
moving on.
Yeah, in other words, so did you hear about Kamala Harris with her Vogue shoot? So
Joe, we did it.
So she period. So Miss Madam Vice President Kamala Harris.
Madam motherfucking Vice President.
She was
Madam motherfucking President.
So she actually got a issue the cover of Vogue. And
of course she did, because she's the Queen of America.
Yeah.
No shade. And there's no king.
I'm weak. Well, there was some criticism on the cover.
Oh,
not but not because, but it wasn't because of Kamala. It wasn't because of her.
Oh, okay.
It's because of Vogue, actually. For it says that they were criticized for surrounding recent Kamala Harris cover, citing capturing her authentic, approachable nature as inspiration. The pictures were very lackluster to me. I feel like I don't know if
you feel like they did her down.
Yeah, she's in my eyes. You know, this is something in my eyes. This is something that they would have done to Michelle in the first, their first round in the White House, right at the beginning.
But you know what? The thing about Kamala is, look, the thing about Kamala, you can tell when she gets up to speak that she commands.
Oh yeah, energy. I feel like she doesn't care what situation she's put in. She's gonna make the best. She's gonna,
and I feel like what this will do is actually this is like, okay, great. She's like, this, I have on these Converse, girl, because I'm an all-star. And what y'all don't understand is, bitch, I'm about to take these Chucks and chuck my ass right onto the presidency. And it's gonna come out of nowhere. And I feel like y'all don't know. Let me not give away her tea, because I feel like y'all are not really onto the game that she's really onto. Because I'm like, yes, we did it, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
I love
Kamala. Like, we did it, and she really did, because eventually, like, I want her to run again for president.
Oh yeah, I think she may, depending on how this goes. I think we may expect her on the next one, and if not, and then Biden wants to run again, then definitely the following election. I mean, I love the Vogue. I mean, of course, girl, you're on Vogue, like facts, like you're period, like you're giving what I need. The pictures, I wish they would have given, to me, like I said, lackluster. I wish I would have seen a little more like, bam, like I want to see, if my girl Kamala is up there, I want her to be flossing it. Like still classy, but I want her, I wish they would have just, bless you, I wish they would have just given her a little bit, like, little more in the picture.
They should have, they shouldn't have.
But it's still beautiful. I mean, she was giving me Oval Office, honey. Like, she was
Oval
giving
Office, stumping on you hoes.
She was giving me
the check song.
Like, she was giving me like, bitch, just because this inauguration is going to be different this year doesn't mean anything. I'm still here. Like, I was loving it. So yeah. Well, let's wrap it up with one more. I think this is just so funny. I mean, just because we're on the presidential stuff, we've been talking about it a little bit. I think this is so hilarious. On the United States site with the listing of the presidents, it shows, I think, that Donald Trump's term ended. That's what it's showing. I don't know, honey. This is what I'm looking at. But then then it's refreshed and it says, sorry, the site is currently experiencing technical difficulties. So someone may be trying to play games, honey. But it said that his term ended today on the 11th, which if it did, hooray. But I don't think a vetoing process would go through that quick. So I think maybe they're just pulling our leg with this. But if it was true, it would be great. It'd be amazing.
I'm so confused. I'm just like, I just know that, like, I don't understand what we're, like, what are we talking about? What are we debating, girl? Like, just get on, girl.
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to go to the beach or something? Like, I'm just, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to, like, you want to keep doing what you're doing. You really want that. You're going to make more. Because remember, you were the one who said that you were making way less money being a president than you were making doing what you do yearly. So I think that really it's just better for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like that's really like what you are all about anyway. So I feel like this just aligns perfectly with your thing. Like, I feel like maybe when you're out of the presidency, like, you can really calm down. Maybe the stress really got to your head, and like, maybe this is not who you actually are.
He's gonna go to jail.
Look, I'm just like praying for the
best. But it's not really gonna be jail. it's not really gonna be jail. You know, it's gonna be like Harvey Weinstein and stuff. Like, and like, did I say Harvey Weinstein? Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, Harvey Weinstein and then like Jeffrey Epstein and them, all them like who went to jail. It wasn't really jail. It was kind of like we're secluded in one wing of the jail and we can go out only by ourselves. And knowing Donald Trump, he will be roaming the streets for however long because he can. But hey, white men in America. Not all of them.
We're giving no power to that. Look, me, I am giving no power to whiteness.
So I know I said I wanted to end it, but I think I want to end it on an upper note. So the Shade Room also posted a fabulous picture of Miss Mama Mary J. Blige.
Not the fucking queen.
On the beach, honey, in a beautiful paradise. I mean, honey, no one's around her, so she doesn't have a mask on.
More pain.
No one's around her, so she doesn't have a mask on, honey. But Miss Blige has braids flowing from her head down to her butt, past her butt, actually. And she is serving you body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Body, yaddy.
Do you want to know how old this caption says? It says, this is 50. But also 50 where? Like, okay, Miss Mary J. Blige looks like she is a 25-year-old model on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Love. I'm searching for a
this picture makes me wonder, like, Mary, you've been gone recently, and maybe, because she makes good breakup music, Mary gets you in your feelings. So I think Mary's been getting dick down and been just loving quarantine. Because she looks good, honey. Miss Blige looks good. I'm loving it. She's giving me what I need at the age of 50, honey. I love it.
I'm just like, what? Like, she is just... I'm like stuck on her Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm just like stuck on her Instagram page. Like, I must DM her. Mary, love.
Giving me what I need, honey. She's not playing with the girls. But yeah, so, all right. Well, if that's all that we have.
I just DM'd her. I'm like, give me tips.
Oh my gosh.
Show me.
Well, if that's all we have with the second segment, do you have anything else you would like to say? Any stories? Anything?
I would just like to say that, it's all about, the love.
The love.
You are protected. And
I was like, what is this ding?
You're free to express yourself. Yes, maybe. Because, I got these sound bowls.
You better give me back during like the 60s and 70s at school where the kid was like at the morning announcements and they were like, ding, ding, ding.
Oh my gosh, I am.
Morning students. You better give it to me.
Y'all.
I'm weak.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear
okay.
Energy? Because you know what? We're just gonna... I don't want to do too loud because I don't want to... Allow that to sink in.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Well, we will be right back. Welcome back. We're back. Welcome back. So we're going to get into the third segment of the show. This is probably going to be my favorite.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was going to say this is going to be my favorite just because we're going to be able to just go on rants. Even though it's kind of what we've been doing. But this one is the high note. So it's not always going to be an upper one. Sometimes it may be a little down. But, this is the main topic of the show that we thought was most important to talk about.
This is an auditory representation of gotta get that shit wet first.
No, for real.
Can't just giving something dry like that. You just gotta get that shit
yeah, exactly.
So if you ever need to get some shit wet,
Okay. So yeah. So the high note every week, it's gonna alternate each week. Me and Eze will be picking a story that we find in the news about anything really. Just anything going on in the world that is we think is worth talking about that week. And depending on what happens in the world going day to day, stories may change. We may have our mind set on one thing at the beginning of the week and then come in and be like, actually, did you hear what happened today? And so, so this was literally just, the time where we pick one story to focus on and kind of rant about and just express how we feel being Black men, but also gay artists in the world. So,
and also like bad bitches. Like,
I mean,
let's not pretend like that doesn't add some extra.
Of course.
Yeah, extra help, but extra stress. Extra help, but extra stress, girl.
Period. So for this week's high note, it was kind of a unanimous thing. I feel like everyone in the world is talking about it. The monstrosity that happened at the Capitol the other day.
Thugs, like, oh my god, like, it's like I don't even feel like safe. Like, okay, this is between like one Karen to another. Like, I just don't even feel safe like in my own country. And it's like honestly starting to get like scary. Like, I'm just like, can I go outside without like being harassed by these thugs that are just like trying to like, burn things down, like break things? And I'm just like, oh my god, like I just don't understand. Like, all that's nothing happened. It's just that he lost the presidency. I mean, nobody died.
And they're mad. They're mad, honey. They're so mad. But like, child. So I didn't know what was going on until my mother and me were sitting here watching Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, something. We're old. So we literally be up in here like playing the show like we're actually on TV doing it. So we're in here. We were in here watching it, and my mom was on Facebook and she was like, somebody just posted something about the Capitol. So we turned on the news and literally the first thing I see is this white spider monkey scaling one of the walls of the Capitol. And I'm like,
spider monkey.
I'm like, what is going on? And so then I'm looking and I'm seeing thousands of these white creatures with MAGA hats on and they're dragging their knuckles on the dirt. And, I was just like, what is going on? I'm so confused why this is happening. So then I'm looking and I'm like, where are the cops at? Because that confused me the most. I was like, where are the cops? I'm confused. Because if any niggas were there, they would have literally gunned down the whole line. Like, it would have been a bloodbath on the Capitol lawn. Like, it was so crazy watching it. I was getting angry. I was sad. I was angry that it was happening. I was sad that it was happening in the place that it was happening. And then I was confused as fuck because I'm like, why is it happening? And
we know why it's happening.
I mean, we know why, but it was just like, but then it was just like, why is it happening? Like, what are y'all trying to achieve? Because after they calm this down, guess what? They're gonna go back to voting. Like, so y'all didn't, and they showed that y'all didn't stop anything. Like, they really didn't. So it just confused me why we were letting this happen in the world when not but 8-9 months ago, people were getting gunned down in the streets because they were walking through cities because of police brutality against Black men, innocent Black men. And I use innocent loosely because not everyone is innocent. No one is innocent. Everyone is guilty of something on this world. No one is squeaky clean. So the murder of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all these people that have been getting killed the past couple years from police brutality, that's what we were walking for. And for these white demons to just be like, oh, we're protesting because our president didn't win. That's literally what y'all are saying. We're protesting because our president didn't win, and we're a bunch of bitch babies, just like our bitch baby leader, and we don't want him to leave. So we're going to throw a hissy fit and we're going to try and slow down the process. But see, they don't understand that no one gives a damn because we're just going to keep moving forward in life. So.
And just keep on.
Period.
Riding.
So it just confused me. I was
living my life like it's golden.
I think because when the protest was happening in Richmond during quarantine, I actually went out there in Richmond and was walking, and it felt good to be out there doing something, to know that I was a part of history. Like, I'm part of it. Mask and everything was on because, honey, who got time to catch coronavirus?
Mask on, fuck it, mask
so
on.
I thought it was so great, but that was just one city, that was us.
Yeah.
And,
but it's like
during here, people, they had the police literally on each corner. Literally, we were at a standoff with the police at one time. We were on one side of the street and they were in a line looking at us. And it's just really? Just because we're trying to be stop killing us and, just give us what we want, give us what we need. Treat us like human beings. It's so crazy. But it felt good to be out there. So going through all this and seeing them things swing from windows and busting in windows. First of all, if a nigga would have put their hands on that window, do you know they would have been shot from the inside in literally 3 seconds? So I'm confused. Where were the bullets? Where was the tear gas?
Because nobody wanted that press release of some innocent person just protesting got violently shot.
I didn't care. I was like, shoot them all.
And it's it's interesting because it's Donald Trump, the way he's using his influence is so interesting. And I think that other leaders should take note because it's though we are condemning him for his ways of manipulating people into their worst, just their worst instincts. I think that we can also use that same power to manipulate people to actually strive for their highest good. And I think that he is a master of the illusion. He has this illusion of the media is painting this picture, and the reality is the media does get to create a picture because you will only be able to see what was there if you were there, truly, the energy. But I think also he uses that in a way to hide, you know what I'm saying, his parts into insight. We've seen these just masses of just anger and stuff like that. And I want other politicians to not be feared by that influence, but actually use their influence in a similar way, but just for good, because it seems there are actually more people who are this is not okay. So I'm so if this is not okay, then why is it happening? You know what I'm saying? Or let's make sure that it doesn't happen again. You know what I'm saying? So we can't really focus on the past, but what we can do is analyze the past and be why did this happen, so that so that we can prevent and take preventative measures.
Definitely.
And I think a part of that is just reconnecting with our power. And a part of our power is projecting that love with that same kind of dominance, with that same kind of zest and gusto that he speaks his bullshit with. You know what I'm saying? Speak your piece with that too.
Yeah. I feel this whole process, of people, you know, of a bunch of Republicans actually, like, you know, after what happened, you know, earlier in the week, you know, a lot of them were like, whoa, and you know, they're turning away. And I mean, you've been seeing more and more Republicans kind of like take, you know, turn the cheek to Trump recently.
I really appreciate Kelly Loeffler like saying what she said. Like, even if people are saying like, you know, it's bullshit to take this long, like, but it's like the people that follow her, the people that listening, like that mattered. And it's just like we have to, like, even if people are taking baby steps, we have to just give them their credit. Like, because it's like giving them their credit instead of reprimanding them will just inspire them to.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that we just want it anyway, like however,
I think everyone needs to I mean, I don't know if anyone else heard this saying growing up, but you know, in an ethnic household, you know, I was raised by a single mother, so she, you know, people always used to say, and she used to say, a hard head makes for a soft ass or a soft bottom. And I feel like this is
with the switch that you made yourself for your personal ass whooping for this personal experience, because you'll get a different switch for a different.
But like, I feel like this is like what people need to realize, that you know, don't be bashing the Republicans who have switched over and are like, you know, okay, I'm gonna do this now, even though a couple months ago I was saying this, because we're all allowed to change our minds. I feel like the Republicans and people who voted for Trump are like, fuck, like we shouldn't have done that shit. Like, what the fuck were we thinking back then? Like, why didn't we see this coming? But again, that's like the quote, a hard head makes for a soft ass. Like, all y'all bitches were being hard headed, and now y'all's asses are getting beat because, like, everyone needs to remember, y'all's little refund check coming up this year is gonna be $1,200 less because y'all took $1,200 last year. And so you have to remember that Trump, gave y'all $1,200, but he's actually taking that shit right back this year in your income taxes.
Yeah.
And personally, that little $600 that he just gave out, I didn't get it. So that doesn't do shit for anyone, really. Especially, I don't know if, you know, I'm in Virginia right now, and I know bills in Virginia are a little cheaper than New York, but I currently live in New York, and $600 don't do shit for people in New York. So, you know,
that's true.
My apartment is $1,600, and then you got utilities and stuff. So think about it. That don't even cover half of the rent if I was paying my rent. So, you know, like, it's like,
it's crazy.
It's so crazy. So I don't know. This whole process with the Capitol, seeing all of it go down was just completely crazy. And I hope that everybody who was involved in it, everybody who was in the rotunda, fighting the security, and who were running through the hallways acting like freaking maniacs, and sitting at Nancy's desk and taking pictures. And God only knows what the hell these people did. I hope that every one of them are captured and charged with federal crimes. I'm like, don't hold anything back, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Like, there shouldn't even have to be a trial. It should be like, nope, like, if anyone tries to fight it, I'm gonna be like, how can you fight it when literally we saw you on national television doing it? So another thing too is what DC did not arrest nobody at 6:00, honey. Because I was watching the news, and I was getting my popcorn ready and everything, because I really was trying to see somebody get arrested. But it didn't happen, and I was a little sad by that. But you know, the country is moving forward. One more week. Everyone just hang in there. That's what I have to say about that. Everyone just hang in there.
We just gotta hold on. I'm just like, everyone, let's bring out the sound bowls again. Everyone just take a deep breath.
Okay, everyone hit your weed.
Oh shit.
You're not done rolling. Look at you.
I'm ready.
Second blunt. Oh.
I'm ready.
Everyone, hit your weed.
Yes.
And go. And
there we go.
No, yeah. We just have to get through. Like I said, a time that everyone can be together and support each other and have someone to lean on and all that. Like, you know, this week was crazy. I did feel like we needed to just talk about that. That was, you know, not heavy, but something that needs to be talked about and how we feel in the world. Like, Black voices. I feel like there cannot be enough Black voices in the world to tell people. I mean, really, because like white people really want to be us so bad. They want to go through our experience so bad so that they can say that they had a struggle.
Yeah. And that's okay. It's okay because you know it is what it is. And
not all white people. I don't want you fans to be like, oh my god, you racist sons of bitches. Like, no, not every white person. But you know who you are if you're a bigot, and you
what
you know who you are if you are, just a fucking moron, an idiot. And you're just stupid, and you know who you are if you're spitting this acid out into the world and expecting other people to follow along with it. And then those of when they don't, you're mad. Fuck out of here. But but I love y'all. I don't want y'all to think that we don't love you.
Because we do.
Just pro-Black. I mean, hey,
I'm pro peace. Like I'm pro. Like
you're pro. I think peace. There you go. That's I'm pro peace.
Yeah, I'm pro peace because it's like truly. It's
but I really do.
Yes, I think that there's this thing, and I was just talking about this with a friend, like that. Yeah, like, and there is that sense, and I am here, like I live in my Blackness every day, but I think because I live in my Blackness every day and I know what it is and I appreciated it for what it is and I know the value of it, I feel like there was a time like where people of dark skin was in the position of power. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time. We just have not experienced that. But I think the truth is like what I'm personally interested in as a societal goal is to just transcend this idea of this or that and understanding how our differences integrate into one more powerful being, because it's like the truth is like I'm only interested in progress. Like, and it's like I'd be watching this show. This is one show called Rick and Morty, and they're like, they're like, yeah, I love that show. And they're like, oh my god, like imagine being a worm and not liking other worms for being a different color. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like it's just like when you put it in that way, it's like, oh my god, that's so dumb. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like you could like 10 worms together could totally like beat off a fucking bird if the bird came. But it's like, now but how can we if we're separated? And I think the truth is that people who understand that at the higher level, like they use that group think in a negative way, like I was saying about Donald Trump. And I'm like, but if we start understanding why this is working, like people are like, how's this happening, blah blah blah. I'm like, he's appealing to their darkest desires, but you can also appeal to someone's highest good. Like, so I don't know, I just want to challenge everyone to just be more open-minded and open-hearted. Still protect your energy, girl. Always protect your energy. But you know what I'm saying? And everyone truly is the king and queen that they know they are on the inside. Like everyone is that. And it's like, if you need to say whatever you need to say, whatever affirmation, say what you gotta say. But I think just always just pay, respect to the fact that, we're all just here trying to fucking figure shit out. Cause bitch, if I ask everybody, I want everybody to send in their answer to this question. It's like, why are we here? Because what's the answer? What's the reason? What's the reason?
What
Because
is the reason?
nobody.
What is
Because
the reason?
what's the purpose? Like, and it's like that sounds like the dumbest. Which is like, oh, such a broad question. It's like, no, right? So it's like, why are we here? Nobody can answer that. So I guess
I
that
think
leaves
now
so
we
much
should
space.
really start thinking of that. Like, why are we here? Because, honey, God's angry. Look, I feel like our days are limited, honey. He is testing us, and he's not pleased, honey. Like,
he's like, y'all got about 15 business days, girl, to get it together.
And the time starts now. He's like, so yeah, no.
Yikes.
Yeah. Well, that was such a great topic. Oh, I love having high conversation.
Ending on a high note.
High conversation is so great. Yeah. Okay, well, we're done with that segment, so we will be right back. Right back. Welcome back. Hello. All right, so we're going to enter the last part of the show. Usually, this would be a segment I like to call Pass That Dutch, where we will be getting listener letters in from you, the listeners. And basically, it is the segment of the show that's all about you. We focus all of our attention to you and the inbox. Like I said, email us at a.hi.note.pod@gmail.com.
No. A period. Hi. Period. Note. Period. Pod. At gmail.com, period.
There you go.
Just not the last period.
Yeah, not the last period. But email us, please, any topics that you would like to talk about. So anything going on in the world that you feel like we haven't talked about or that you don't think we would talk about, we would like you to just write in, let us know. Any stories you'd like to share, embarrassing, stories about other people, shady stories, scary stories.
Whatever you feel like getting off your chest.
Sex stories. I mean, please. I mean, anything you would love for us. I mean,
pussy power. Pussy power.
So yeah, Pass That Dutch is a segment dedicated just to the listener. So we are putting that segment in your hands. So that segment really can't start until you, the listener, starts to
you
shut up.
What I hear from you. We need to hear.
But for this week, because it's the very first episode, and I just feel like this is such a great time to do it. I want us to just go back and forth and think of or each one at a time, we each say some goals where we would like the show to be a year from now. So January 11th of 2022,
it's 111. And so I'm manifesting. Okay, I'm manifesting my first $1 million. My first $1 million is manifesting, and it's manifesting right into my bank account. And then actually, let me go ahead and do $11 million since it's 111. So I'm manifesting $11 million is my bank account. But then also, I'm manifesting for this podcast to bring about change and a paradigm shift in you so that maybe you can also manifest your $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Because to become all that we truly want to become and all that we truly are. So I think that's what I want to inspire people to do through a high note and to just relax a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, life is so serious right now. Like the energy is so heavy, and it's like, there's so much going on. I just want to bring some peace.
That's what's up. I love that. Well, for my goal, I mean, you gave like a personal one too, so that's what's up. So my personal goal, I'm really hoping that, my career stuff with like choreography and all that is going off the ground, because this year I have some stuff in the works. So I'm excited. So
and I'm gonna be
praying. Yes. Oh my God. So yeah, like I'm so excited for that. But for the podcast, I personally I want so much for the podcast. Even though we're just starting, I hope within the next year, we are, actually in like a studio with each other, and we are actually doing well.
I'll be able to afford it. It'll be in my house, in my new house.
Like I hope that we are like just because of everything going on, I want to be realistic. I hope that within a year we are operating as a real podcast. And as I say real, meaning just like we are paying for the being put on all the platforms and being able to do it comfortably and not worry about, oh my God, are we going to be able to put this episode on here this week and all that? And like, where we're getting a crew and where it's not going to just be relied on the three of us. And so the listeners know, three of us is me, Eze, and our tech, Zach. Shout out to our tech, Zach, because we have to. He's making all this happen for us and helping us with everything. So shout out. So I don't want, I hope that within a year, it's not just us three. It's like us three are the main three. But
first of all, I'm only ending with the bitches that I started with.
I mean, yeah, no new friends. But we, as I hope that as we get bigger and more of an audience, that
yes,
we're gonna have to probably get somebody to manage just us in general as this a high note brand. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that's where we're leading up to next year. And that's the, I can see it. We've already been working together so well. So I'm really hoping that it turns out so well going into, this whole year, this journey. I mean, and we're starting it at the beginning of the year. So
we really are. Even though it's been in the works, I think that's the thing, like, is also like, I want to like grow and like be able to show my growth, because I feel like I do a lot of my growing in private. And I think that this will be a good opportunity for me to like just show and reflect, like, you know what I'm saying, the things that I'm going through and like how I'm getting through it. And like, I know that'll definitely help. Like, I know we'll definitely start getting into some other topics just from the conversations that we've had.
Yeah. I'm very excited because this is so y'all know, me and Eze actually are like started dancing. Well, we kind of had the same path because we were both in like musical theater at one point. I definitely was a hardcore singer. I was gonna be the singer of the family. Like that's all everyone would say is like, oh, you're gonna be the singer, yada yada yada. And then I found dance, and literally just like dance drew me. And I feel like it was kind of the same thing. Like, and we just dedicated like our lives to dance. And then it's weird because in dance, you definitely do a lot of your progression internally and stuff. So it's doing this, I feel like is so vulnerable of us.
Yeah.
Because we are just starting off. And so to see where the growth will be next year, we're going to look back and be like when we're doing the final episode of 2021, we're going to be like, yo, we've done this many episodes. Like,
all right. It's going to be like, what the hell? It's like episode 111.
Yeah. And I feel like it's
when we
literally
started
going
to 111.
That's going to be so cute. And it's literally going to be like in a blink of an eye. Like, it's literally going to happen so quick. So I'm so excited about the growth of the show and see where we are and the adventures we have, what we have in store. I'm so excited to see what happens. I definitely
I am promoting everybody to start a business in 2020.
I definitely think that this podcast, I think we can, once we start inviting guests and stuff on the show, when we get in studio, even when we're on Zoom, I would like to start inviting guests, which Zoom actually makes it so much a wider variety of people that we can get on. But I would love, once we start doing stuff like that, to have just such a variety, a plethora of people that we can go to be like, come and be on the show. I just want there to be so many different stories and backgrounds on the show, because I feel like this show isn't just for, even though, yes, I am a very pro-Black person. I'm Native American and Black, so very like ethnic. I mean, the ethnic lifestyle, I'm like, I really am pro that. But even though that is, I'm still very open-minded, and I really want everyone to be able to see everybody's different view of the world. So I'm hoping that this is a platform that we can merge celebrity people. I would love to, get bigger and have like celebrity people on and merge them with everyday people, because I think we get misconstrued. I'm just kidding. I'm weak. I think we get misconstrued that these people, when we see them on Instagram, that they aren't just like us. They literally do the same thing that we do. Yeah. I find myself talking to myself sometimes, and I'm like, but then I have to think sometimes, I bet Nicki Minaj definitely talks to herself. Like, she definitely probably just be in the shower. Like,
if you're if you're going through something really, really hard, you're going through what you're going through, girl. Like, I don't know how you don't pep talk yourself. Like, I have to talk to myself, because it's like nobody else knows how to talk to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really the right way. And I'm like, they're like, oh my God, that's so crazy. It's like, girl, like you also get to know yourself so much better that way. If you wait to interact with other people, you're actually.
And I want people to know that we all do it. Like, we're all the same. And there's people out there to talk to. And, by far, me and you are not professionals at all. Trust me. I just told y'all we were dancers. So, honey, y'all want a dance lesson? I got you. But I'm not about to tell you about your mental health and like your physical health and all that, because, honey, I don't know. I can give my personal opinion.
I think everything that I say, I think I'm gonna say that as a preface. Everything that I say is my personal opinion. I mean, it's like, what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you just said that. Like, so this is the first episode, and I want everyone to know that whatever we say is our personal opinions or stuff that we've read and learned or acquired through the years from other people. So by far, please don't take what we say seriously.
I want to be taken seriously, because I feel like I put thought behind the things that I say. So
yes,
take me seriously, but it's like, if I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has room to grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and be sitting here like, oh my God, I'm so perfect, girl. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Where I may feel very heavy about a situation that I may not be right about, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I do want to be taken seriously with the things that I say, because we put thought, and I know you put thought behind the shit that you say too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that, we're just talking out of our ass, because let me tell you. They'll see. They'll see.
We feel that. Wow. Yeah. Well, I think we've come to the end of our very first show.
Period.
I think I'm just so happy about that.
Yes. I'm excited, because it's like, we fucking did it.
We did. I'm very excited.
Like, we have been putting in like the thought energy, like, and that's the thing, like, process like takes time, energy, like, but things will align when they need to align. And look, here we are, and boom, there you go.
Period. Well, I'm just so happy that we got to do this, and that everyone's finally gonna hear what the fuck we gotta say, even though we
one more time at 111. Manifesting $11 million.
Okay.
Into my bank account.
Period.
Like manifesting that into my bank account this year. Like no time, no playing now. Like I'm ready. So yes, and I want y'all to just be manifesting and working towards your goals too, as we are working towards our goals. I want y'all to just check in with us, just like check in and like send us emails like, you know, damn bitch, it's been hard this week. And definitely. We'll be like, you know what, bitch, it's been hard this week for me.
Yes, we'll join in with you. If you just need to email us just to say, bitch, look, it's hard. I had to take a couple shots this week. I'm gonna be like, look, bitch, it's okay. It's because it be like that sometimes.
It just is. It is what it is, honey.
Period. Well, do you have anything else to say before we leave?
I just want to give out a little love and a little, you know, everything's gonna be all right.
Period.
And you know, a little, you're free to express yourself. And that's all. What about you?
Well, I want to, you know, I'm just probably going to say random shit every time at the end. So if you haven't already, I need you to go listen to Jasmine Sullivan's new album, honey. Honey.
I actually and I'm so glad you said that, because I said to myself, you know what, I need a good R&B. I'm like, honey, the R&B girls, where are the R&B girls? I'm like, where are the R&B girls? But then the best R&B girl said, I am here, girl.
Miss Sullivan was speaking to my soul, honey. Her and Ari Lennox, girl, they have a song together.
And I put this pussy.
Girl, but that's all. The song that she does with Miss Sullivan, honey, is just as nasty. Bruh, Miss Sullivan was giving me what I needed. I've listened to the whole album twice. Like literally in my car, I've gone to my dance rehearsal, listened to the whole album there. And then I listened to it last night going to my plug. I listened to it last night going to my plug. I listened to half of it going there and the other half coming back.
Yes, honey. I'm just getting
Miss Sullivan is giving me what I need. She's speaking to the girls.
Miss Sullivan, honey, we're gonna work together eventually. Like you gotta wait for my EP dropping, my album and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like you know what I'm saying? Just like I don't know, but it's like
oh my god.
You know,
oh my god, did he say eat a drug?
Oh my god, yes. So you know,
is there gonna be a feature with Q and Kid? Oh my god, it's Q and Kid. Are we gonna do something?
I think we will. I think that we will.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
Hey, well, enough with our tomfoolery. Let's get us jigaboos out of here. So it was so great being the first episode of A High Note. So we will see you next week.
Next week.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Peace, love, and chicken grease.
Good, bitch, Miley, what's good? Bitch, Miley, what's good? Bitch, Miley, what's good? Bitch. Back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?